Verse 42.
Woe unto you! For the day will come that your great ones will cause their children to pass through the fire, and your religion will cause jealousy among the wicked, because it commands destructive forces against its enemies, and not the power of love.
The Messiah says that Israel has a different religion. Huh? What he said just right there. With different commands. Our Bible has been tampered with. The Messiah is telling us what we are facing, Israel. He's talking about the future histories. He's talking about the future histories right here. And what we will go through. Why we are in our condition. Huh? We have a different religion with different commands. That's what he just said right there. And these commands command destructive force. That sounds like stoning and other things that sound harsh that we find in the Torah. Huh? Why was the Messiah so much against the Pharisees? Huh? If they was following the same law. Why were they doing Passover on different days than the Pharisees if they was following the same way? How do we know the Messiah had the same Torah as the Pharisees? How? Whose Torah are we following, Israel? Huh? Start verse 42 over.
Woe unto you! For the day will come that your great ones will cause their children to pass through the fire, and your religion will cause jealousy among the wicked, because it commands destructive forces against its enemies, and not the power of love.
And not the power of love. Read.
And your holy city has become a city of horrors, and the blood of warfare runs in its streets. And it shall be said of Jerusalem, that the weapons of war are as common to be seen in her streets as a garment of clothing. And so it shall be for all the days of the earth, until you repent and return unto me, even as your fathers did. And never during the course of the earth shall the city of peace see peace again unto the end of days. For you have exchanged your birthright in the law for wickedness, and cast out Moses from among you and all the holy prophets.
Wow. That land of Israel will not see peace again until the end of days. Never during the course of the earth. That's what Moses just said. That's what the Messiah just said right there. What else was Moses prophesying about Israel? Verse 43.
Therefore, you shall be scattered unto the far reaches of the earth, and you shall be slain in great numbers, and sorrows and persecutions will be multiplied against you all your days, that the world might know and have a sure witness that your law is corrupt, and your religion is not of me. For in their hearts all men know that true religion brings peace and tranquility.
Wow. Once again, the religion that Israel was following before we were dispersed to the four corners of the earth was not the religion of the Messiah. And their law was corrupt. Listen. Not all of Israel was following the same law. Research what I'm saying. Look into what I'm saying. Right? Because like one thing I realize is that like we do have a cult mindset of, and I mean like the bad cult mindset of how we teach each other, right? Like, because I was guilty of this, thinking that the Bible was infallible, right? Would raise up with a zeal if you said something was off with it. You feel me? But we need to understand that the Bible is not infallible, and you cannot stand up and defend everything in it. You feel me? And arguing back and forth over a book that has been tampered with. I'm not saying a book devaluing our book. I still say it's my book. But man, we're going to call a spade, right? So understand that the Bible is not infallible. So you have to research things. Go get some scholarship. Be a scribe, a true scribe with the Most High. A scribe wasn't just someone who wrote things down. He or she was ones who studied the word astutely, right? Try to understand what it was saying in different languages to really understand for themselves, right? So back to what I was saying. Not all of Israel was following the same law, the same way. There were different sects, S-E-C-T, right? You had the Essenes, you had the Sadducees, you had the Pharisees, you had the Herodians, right? They believed different things, just like your Christian church today, just like your Israelite camps today. They didn't have the same law, right? Some Israelites say the week start with, depending on the moon. That's when your Sabbath. So they Sabbath be, doing the hopscotch thing. I ain't roasting. Cause some folks like us say your Sabbath on the Gregorian calendar is going to change every year, right? There are different types of Israelites. Well, in Israel, they did not all believe the same thing. It's important to understand that. I'm not just saying that to say it. Which sect of Israel believed what? That should be the next question. We should all be well versed in that to understand what we believe, what we fit in, what sect we would be in if we was in Israel at that time. Do we believe as the Pharisees believe? Or the Sadducees? Or the Essenes? We have to know what they believe to understand where we would have fell in Israel. Right? Which sect did the Messiah belong to? He was an Israelite. He belonged to a sect. He believed in a way. Trust, the way was still in Israel. You have to believe that. No matter how many different sects there were, the way was still in Israel when Hamashiach walked the earth. So which sect did he follow? Which one? Have you ever asked yourself those things?